All right, beautiful ladies. Well, I just want to say a massive warm welcome to each and every one of you. And thank you so much for jumping on. We are just so excited to start this beautiful, connected, heart to heart conversation about our health and how we can be our best self. So, in case you don't know me, hi, I'm Kylie. I'm Kylie T. And of course, I have my beautiful friend and health coach, Kylie V, who's online, and we do like to call ourselves the K team. And so why we're here is that I turned 50 last month. And I got to be honest with you, ladies, I didn't feel like I was 50. I felt more like I was 70. And I just felt really horrible. I partied my heart out all month and I ate so much crap food that made me feel like shit. I had so much alcohol, which was lovely at the time, but it certainly didn't leave me feeling fabulous. And so I made a decision that I needed to make a change so that I could actually make this second half of my life be my best years. And so I love to be able to share things publicly. And I shared on Facebook that I was going to do a water fast. And then Kylie reached out to me and she said, well, that's what I do, Kyle's like, you know this. So why don't we work together? So I said, yes, Kylie, please be my health coach, guide me through this process. And honestly, it was the best decision that I ever made because I think I probably would have given up on day 3 or 4 if it wasn't for Kylie and her guidance was just incredible. Her support, her love. I just felt like my soul was nourished and my heart was loved every moment of every day. And honestly, this process, this 30-day reset that Kylie has guided me through, I mean, I have tried everything in my life to lose weight. And, I've struggled with my weight, for years. And to just be able to effortlessly, and I mean effortlessly, release 10 kilos in 10 days, it just absolutely still blows my mind. And then the beautiful rainbow chakra bridge that Kylie led me through the 7 days as re-entry back into food. Again, it was just like this beautiful hug for my soul. And I feel like a brand new person. I don't feel like I'm 50. I actually feel like I'm 30. And my teeth are whiter, my eyes are whiter, I see better, I hear better, the fog's gone. Like, I just feel like this new person. And even in the kitchen, the food that I'm cooking is so different. I shared a meal with Kylie today. I said, I didn't even use any of these ingredients a month ago, except for one of them. I'm like, who even am I? But I don't want to put that crap into my body. And so, look, this call is not about me. I just wanted to be able to share how incredible I feel and how this has just been such an incredible transformation in such a short period of time. And I just love everything that Kylie has shared with me. I've learned so much with her over this 30 days. And I just begged her, I said, Kylie, we have to jump on a call. We have to share this with other women because I want everybody to be able to feel this way. So I first and foremost just want to say a massive warm welcome to every single one of you. Thank you for being here. And I also just want to take a moment now to introduce my beautiful friend, my health coach, Kylie Vincent. So I have known Kylie, I think around 20 years, possibly longer. But Kylie and I, back in the day, we were both group fitness instructors and we used to own gyms. And then Kylie and I ended up joining the same team and we worked together for a little bit. And then Kylie went down the health road and I went down the business road. And I'm just so rapt that our paths have crossed again. And so, what Kylie doesn't know about health, I don't think you need to know. I mean, I've worked in the health and wellness space for 15 years, and it doesn't matter what question I ask Kylie, she just has the answer. And, she's just amazing. But it's not just the health information that I love about her. I absolutely love her heart. She's an amazing mum of three beautiful children. She is, just super mum. She homeschools them. She runs her health coaching clinic from home. And I just absolutely love and adore her. And Kylie, I'm just so grateful that you're here. So would love for you to say hello to all these beautiful ladies.
Thank you. That's just so lovely to hear when you hear nice things about yourself. And I just think the same about you because after seeing so many people go through these cleanses all of these years, you just nailed everything. You listened to everything that I suggested that you do, and you just nailed it all. So I was just as happy to work with you. It was you made my job easy as well. So gosh, what can I say? I just love going back, just keeping things coming back to basics, keeping things simple. And there's so much complication in the world. There's so many, all the experts are contradicting each other, and you just don't know. Everyone's lost, like, especially us mums. We've been looking after our kids all this time, prioritizing. You even said, I think you did a video, you said, this is the first, oh my goodness, like the first time I've actually um, put some thought and effort and cooked something nice for myself. You've been looking after your family and like a servant in the kitchen, and you just learnt to just come in and just be a bit more connected with your food after that fast. So yeah, I think we just get so lost. So it's lovely to just bring it all back to simplicity. And I mean, I like the science stuff. I've read so much. You just look up PubMed these days and you can find so much. You look up fasting. What does fasting do in the body? What happens after 3 hours? What happens after 12 hours fasting? And if you have a look at that, that's going to inspire anyone to what's going to clean things up and clean things out, and all the things that happen inside. It makes you want to do more. It just once you read those things and understand those things. So
Yeah.
you've done an excellent job, and I'm just thrilled. We've just had so many questions because I tell you what, and I've done it myself. I've guided so many people through fasting, and I've watched the industry. I've trained with industry leaders, and so many of us and so many of my clients, we do a fast kind of like to reset, to reboot, to get back on track. Anyone who's known me for a while, we've had these conversations. Let's get back on track. Let's do a fast. Let's do a reboot, and then we'll go from there. But at some stage, most of us and most of the people that I've seen go off track again. At some stage, go off track or just gorge themselves, or because they were in deprivation. But we just put everything together, and because you embraced everything that I suggested, I think it was so different to what I've ever seen before, Kyle's, because all the layers, there's so many things to it. There's so many modalities that I've learned and picked up over the years, especially during the Rainbow Bridge. I've been doing that for years now, devoting 7 days each year to moving through those chakras. And every year I've added something new and different that I've learned. And gosh, with the way of the world and the toxicity in the world, I've just been very interested to find out what's the truth. What do we need to do? How do we all feel good? What's happening? Why is there so much disease? Why are we all feeling crap? So I've really devoted into that. So we've had so many questions. You've just nailed it. You've done such a great job, and this is, I think accidentally we've had to come together and answer some questions. And I think we owe it to each other to support. When we find what works, we've got to share it. I feel that's my purpose. We've got to share it.
Oh, absolutely, Cos. And sorry I'm distracted, everybody. I've got people messaging me saying they can't get on it, they want the Zoom link. So I'm just attempting to send those through. I'm so sorry. So guys, what I would love to do, because Kylie and I have got so much that we would love to share. But first and foremost, we actually want this to be a connected conversation. We would love you guys to be participating with us and for your questions to come through too. So, first and foremost, what I would love you ladies to do is jump in the chat and just say where you're from and why you're here. So, where are you dialing in from and why are you here? Like, why did you say yes to jumping on this call? You know, it might be you want to share, maybe you had a question, maybe you want to share what your number one health goal is right now, so that we can kind of get a sense of why you're here, because really, yes, we're excited. I'm inspired. I wanted to pay this forward, but also just we're here to serve you, ladies. And so this call is about you. So we yeah. So Andrea is from Brizzy. It's great to have you on, lovely. And my beautiful friend Kerry from Nabiac. Kerry's on a beautiful property called Riverdance down there. So they run amazing retreats. It's just so beautiful. And Melissa, it's great to have you on from the sunny coast. I want to be like just hanging out with you there, lying back, looking super relaxed. And Mira, of course, it's so great to have you from Moore Park. And oh my goodness, so Mira's just popped in the chat. I've been wanting to do a multiple day water fast forever. Unsure about the 10 days. While everyone's just popping their information in the chat, I just want to talk about that. So I did a fast once before, and it was a 3-day fast. And honestly, the first day was the hardest. And then I got to day 3 and I felt so good. I kept going and I did 5 days. So this time I thought I'm just going to do 5 days. And then Kylie actually, but I didn't say anything. And Kylie asked me, well, what's your goal? And it's like, all of a sudden I just went, I want to do 10 days. It's like it just came out of me. It wasn't actually my plan. And then,
Your idea.
yeah, I know, right? And I was like, okay, I'll do minimum 5, but I'll aim for 10. And honestly, day 4 and 5 for me this time were the hardest. And then just through Kylie's support and guidance, once I kind of got over the hump and I woke up on day 6, I just felt amazing. And I actually felt like I could just keep going. So it was actually Kylie then saying, no, 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 we're just going to stop at 10. I don't want you to do any longer than that. So yeah, so it was just incredible. So we're definitely can get those questions answered. Lovely. So beautiful, beautiful. So Donna in Sydney, hello, beautiful. Great to have you here. And awesome, 13 kgs down, celebrating you too. That is amazing. Yes, and I love Donna's just popped in there that what's been working for me as the spiritual journey. And yes, this was very much a spiritual journey for me too. So we're really excited to be able to unpack that tonight as well. And Renata, so beautiful, Adelaide. So you've been juice fasting for 20 years. I actually did 1 day juice fast on the way into my water fast because, of course, as Kylie will share, it's really important how you go in and how you come out of a fast. So, but for me, I just found the water fasting was just so easy. I actually felt amazing and better than when I'd done juice fasting in the past. So, yeah. And Donna, that's totally fine to have your camera off, no problems at all. Okay, so lovely ladies, give us a yes or a no in the chat if you have ever done a water fast before. So just a yes or a no, have you done a water fast before? So lots of no's. A yes, beautiful. No, no, no. This is awesome, guys. So funny story, I went and did my complete body metric scan at the gym at the beginning and at the end of my fast. And there were so many personal trainers there and even another lady came up to me today when I was there at the gym training doing my weight session, and they'd never even heard of water fasting. And these are people who are working in the health and fitness industry. So if you haven't done it or you haven't heard of it, don't worry. Like it's not a new thing, as Kylie will share. It's been around for a long time, but a lot of people just aren't aware of it, or the incredible transformation that your body has by doing it. So, yeah, super cool. Okay, now I'm going to call out the elephant in the room before we kind of get into this. Um, Kylie and I have obviously spent a lot of time working in the health and fitness industry. Kylie a lot more than me because I got out. But one of the things that, the industry don't like you talking about is when we say we want to lose weight. And I can tell you now that the number one response that probably 95% of the people that walk through my gym doors used to say when we said, "What's your number one health and fitness goal?" They would say, "I want to lose weight." And in the industry, they don't like you saying that because words become things. And if you lose something, you want to find it again. Like if we lose our car keys, what happens? We need to find the damn keys, right? And so what we say is what we create. Words become things. And so in the industry, people like to talk about releasing weight, releasing excess weight, reducing body fat, and using those right terms. So I just want to say right here, I don't give a fuck what your language is. If you want to say, "I want to lose weight like the other 99% of women on the planet," that's okay. You're allowed to speak however you like here. It's totally fine. There's no judgment. And, we're just here from a place of love to have this conversation and to get your questions answered. So is anyone like a bit frustrated about all the confusing, overwhelming, contradictory information out there around how to lose weight or not lose weight? Yep. Mandy says, yep, exactly. And, even working in the industry, I used to get frustrated and, I had my own challenges, as a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor. I felt like such a fraud sometimes because I was still having my own challenges of, trying to release this extra body weight. And so that's why I'm just so grateful to Kylie, and I'm so excited to have all of you here to be able to share this information. Oh, absolutely. Andrea just says, "I feel scammed by them. I've tried so many ways." Exactly right. Like I have spent a small fortune buying pills, potions, shakes, you name it, different programs. And what I really loved that Kylie shared with me when, before we started, and Kylie, I'll get you to unpack this just in a second. Kylie just said to me, "You don't need any products. You don't need all the programs. You've just got to put your body in the right state to heal itself. Your body will release the excess weight." And Kylie said something to me, which, it just totally was a game changer when she shared this with me. She said, "Look, if you want to do this the fast way, then you eat raw foods. If you want to do this the faster way, then eat plant-based. But if you want to release weight the fastest," and hello, who else wants to release weight the fastest way? That was to do a water fast. And honestly, 10 kgs in 10 days, I will just be singing Kylie's praises for the rest of my life because I just feel like she's given me my life back. And that's why I wanted to pay this forward. But I also want to stay in this space, given that I've had such a transformation, because I still have another, 20 to 30 kgs that I would still like to release. And so I have actually asked Kylie to, do a program where we're going to do this again starting next Monday, the 5th of May. And, we just wanted to invite all of you to come along and play. So on that, what I'm going to do is hand back to you, Kylie. And what I would love you to share is, I guess, the behind the scenes of why fasting and what's actually happening in our body when we're actually doing a water fast. And ladies, just make sure that you've got all your questions, that, pop them in the chat. We'll get them all answered as we go and also at the end. So Kylie, if you can kind of unpack a little bit about why fasting and why we can get results so quickly.
Sure. Sure. Um, to go back to that fast, faster, and fastest, that's one of my mentors that I've studied under, one of Renate's. We've done the same studies, darling, through the Tolmans, and so's Liz. There's a few people here, actually. So fast, raw food. Faster is a juice fast, and fastest is a water fast. That's the way to heal. They're the paths to healing. And I think even just understanding those few things, there's a lot of talk about autophagy these days. I know, Kyle's, you said you've been in this industry for that many years and you hadn't even heard of autophagy, when the body,
Never heard of it.
inside the body, and that's just one of many of the processes that happen inside the body. But to step back a little bit, I guess we are made, we're made of tubes. We've got lots and lots of tubes inside our body, and we are either cleaning our body constantly, or we are clogging our body with our lifestyle, what we put in our body, what we put on our skin. And there's a whole bunch of, it's pretty confusing out there in the world. I think marketing tricks us in the supermarket. There's the world's full of toxicity, not just what we eat, but what we're exposed to constantly around the world. Even just to walk in our bathroom, most people, when they wake up in the morning, before they leave, they get up in the morning, spend an hour, get ready, eat breakfast, and then get out the door for work. They've already exposed themselves to the average person has exposed themselves to 112 chemicals, toxic chemicals, just in their bathroom alone, unless they've dove deep like some of us and replaced all of those products. So by the time they clean their skin, have a shower, put makeup on, all of the things, it's such a huge exposure. So we're just filling our body where our body's either flowing and preventing disease, or it's getting clogged up and increasing disease, weight storage, all of the things. So it's not just about weight loss, but that's just a happy byproduct when you fast. But to go into, you've got the autophagy that happens after just that first little phase of a water fast, and the body's starting to clean up what's inside. So you have go and clean up the cells and restore the cells. And then you've also got autolysis, which is the next stage of that, where the body actually self-digests foreign accumulation, things like, tumors and cysts, and if you've got moles or skin tags or any abscesses, any abnormal accumulation in the body, that all starts getting eaten away. The body self eats it, self digests it in that autolysis process. So while you're fasting, while the body's not working on the digestive system, it's going around and it's cleaning house. And that's all we have to do. So people, we travel, we go through life, we get exposed to all of this rubbish in the world, and we're trying to find the truth. But the truth is, we've just got to clean the body. We've just got to allow the body to clean itself, actually, because that's what it can do. And once we can either choose to do a cleanse, just go, okay, we clean the outside of our body, but we need to clean the inside as well. So we want to do a cleanse every now and then, say 4 times a year, or even every day, by drinking enough water. That's going to help, bring the light in and help cleanse the body. Anyone who, if you eat chocolate, like we've just had Easter, if anyone had a big night on chocolate or a big night out on alcohol, then the next morning you get up, you wake up, you drink water. Drink a litre of water before you eat anything else. Don't keep clogging. You can just drink water the next morning. Then go to the bathroom, get rid of what you did the day before, clean house, and then start again, for instance. So it's just understanding that, just constantly, we're either constantly cleaning or constantly clogging, and the clogging leads to weight increase, disease, and all sorts of things. And when we see people fast, there are people all around the world who have done short fast, extended fast, and their body is healed from all sorts of things, all sorts of incurable diseases, right? So it's absolutely magic. And all we have to do, the best thing that you can do is actually nothing. Right? We're searching and we're trying to search and we're looking for the answers. Well, hang on, if you just stop for a second, drink water, and let the body do its magic, that's the best thing that you can do. So it's understanding that. So together with that, obviously, to just, I said to you in the beginning, Kyles, that you weren't just going to sit on the couch and deprive yourself of food and just drink water and just sit there and be miserable and miss food and think about food. Well, what we're going to do is be active and do a whole bunch of protocols, which there's lots that you can support the body so that when you're fasting, if you drink, or even if you're not fasting, even if you're increasing your water just to clean the body, you rather than depriving, you can do all of these things to support what was I going to say? The 4 channels of elimination. You want to support the 4 channels of elimination so the body's eliminating toxins, because as soon as you start fasting or cleansing or colon cleansing, then you're going to start to release toxins from certain areas in your body. If you dislodge some toxins that are built up over time because the body's trying to get rid of it and you didn't clean it, it was clogging and clogging and clogging. So you want to get rid of that out the back door, down the toilet, rather than it coming out in your skins, rather than dislodging a toxin and it moving to another area of your body. So there's really important protocols, and I went through most of them, Kyles, with you, and you took most of them on during that 10 days. But there's a lot, right? There's a lot that you can do. So, yeah, what was the question?
I see. This is why I love you, Kylie. You just have so much information and knowledge, and I just learn so much every time I hear from you. So, ladies, thank you. I can see there's so many questions coming through. So I promise you, we will come back and answer all of those questions. So Kylie, I guess the question was, what was the science behind what was happening? And so I would just love you just to delve in just a tiny little bit more into autophagy, because that was something that I had never heard of before. And so what Kylie was doing with me is every day I was getting messages from Kylie. And, for anyone who does want to do this, little spoiler alert, we've actually put this into a program now. So we're so excited so that you guys can have all of the same amazing support and messages that Kylie was giving to me, because I just want everyone to be able to experience it the way that I experienced it. And, Kylie, you said to me, you're not going to be sitting on the couch. You're not going to be feeling sorry for yourself. You're not depriving yourself of food. This is just the most beautiful gift that you are giving yourself and for your body to rejuvenate. And, like you say, to get rid of all of those old cells and to, completely replace all the new ones, which is why I feel like a brand new person, because literally I am. And I didn't do all of the things that Kylie said. And I think the important thing here is that this is your journey. And, there was a couple of things that Kylie suggested I tried that I didn't love. And so I didn't keep doing those. And there are other things that it's amazing when you start on this journey that it is a journey. You start finding things intuitively that, really speak to you. So I actually did some other things that we kind of found as well. And so it was just the most incredible process. So, Cos, I'd love you to just talk a little bit more about, obviously, one of the benefits is weight loss, but what else is happening to our body and our cells? Because it's so important that we all give this gift to our bodies.
You kind of just said it, though, that particularly when we move into the autophagy, your body's renewing, your body's it goes around any old broken parts. It restores those old broken parts. That's what autophagy does. I don't know if there's any more specific questions, maybe ask me those, but that's all autophagy is. It's actually autolysis that blows my mind even more, and I can probably touch on that because that's when you move a little bit further into the fasting. and your body requires, and it's about the proteins, right? Most of the issues in people's bodies, it's actually excess protein. It's my favorite topic to talk about because as soon as you talk about plant-based, most of the questions come up. Where do you get your protein from? What about protein? I need my protein, right? And especially us women with we're both 50 years old, and this is, this age, there's a lot of hormone talk, there's a lot of what's going on in the body and the protein, all of that. But when you water fast, the science says that your body requires amino acids. This is what all about protein. Okay, so when you water fast, your body still needs that amino acids, and so it goes in search of those amino acids, and it literally it literally breaks down, deconstructs tumors and cysts and polyps and that anything foreign, anything accumulated in the body. They're actually made from excess protein. That's what tumors are. If you look into what a tumor is, extra growths, extra things in the body. So that's what's happening. The body's breaking down, absorbing, self-digesting. Can you, like, if you can get your head around that, if there's a virus there, a virus in your body is made up of protein. So it can actually, your body, you fast on water, your body's going to go and get that virus, break it down, and build something new with it. It's not just, it's going to build new muscles, new cells. And after 3 days of water fasting, so the body's building new stem cells, embryonic stem cells. I don't know if you, yeah, it's just incredible when you look at what's happening in there. If a 60 or 70-year-old does a fast, say they do, this is extreme, and I'm not suggesting anyone goes and does this on their own. You need guidance and you need to follow all the protocols, right, and prepare properly. But if a 60 or 70-year-old did a 30 or 40-day fast, what's going to happen is they're going to reverse the aging clock, take 30 or 40 years off their life. And so their body and their body's making new embryonic stem cells, so they can now heal like they could at 30. So say, someone with a bone-on-bone situation where the doctors are recommending a surgery, we can fast and the body can restore that. The body can heal that, for instance. Right. And I did say that
for some. Anne-Marie's face was like, wow, I love that.
There's just so much. I think you probably look at specific questions because I'll just bore you.
No, Cos, you are not boring us. Like, who's getting some value? Are we all learning some stuff from Kylie? Like, she's just amazing. Kylie, one of the other things that, look, this whole journey, ladies, for me has just been fascinating. I feel like every day I learn so much about my body, through the different resources that Kylie also shared. And one of those resources that Kylie shared with me was a documentary by Dr. Goldhammer, who has a fasting clinic, and a lot of people who are sick and given, terminal diagnosis, they go there to be healed through water fasting. And, he's very big on, plant-based and eliminating SOS, which is your salt, your oils, and your sugars. But he backs it with science. And, he was one of the documentaries I watched that Kylie sent through for me. And, this guy was like literally just being hammered about, just trying to break him down. And this guy is just like rock solid. Like, he just knows his stuff. And he was sharing this really interesting study that they did on rats. And basically he said, this goes for humans, it goes for pets. He said, if you want to kill someone, well, you kill them with food. You overfeed them, and, you give them plenty of fats, salt, sugar, and oils, and, the SOS. And he said these rats, the ones that they did fasting with, literally lived double than the other ones that were fed all of this stuff all the time. So we are literally killing people. We're killing ourselves. We're killing our kids. We're killing our family through overeating and through eating the wrong foods versus fasting. It gives us that longevity, which that just blew my mind. And the other thing, Kylie, that I'd love you to just share, you said for every day that you fast, what that does with, the age and stuff like that. So did you want to just run through that?
Yeah, so I mentioned just before about it reverses the clock with aging, any damage, all the damage in the body, but it also reverses. You work back through emotional clearing as well. So it's said that each day that you fast is clearing a whole year, not just of rubbish that you perhaps did to your body, but also all the emotional clearing. And I've seen it so many times. I've guided people through so many fasts over the years, and they might be going along really easily. Yep, I'm loving this. It's fine. They have a great attitude, like you did the whole way through, Kyle's. Your mindset and everything made a big difference for you. But they're traveling along. It's easy, maybe a bit tired, but okay. And generally, somewhere along the journey, they have a bad day, they have a crap day, there's just so much happening. And every time, say it's day 6 and on that, and I say to them, look, what happened 6 years ago? What happened in your life, or what happened to you in 6 years ago? And every single time, whatever day it is, whatever number it is, and I ask them that question every single time, they say, oh, that's when my dad died. That's when I separated. That's when, this happened. And there's this massive, big trauma in their life, massive, big event that happened in their life. And that coincides with the way they're feeling that day. So we're working back through. And that's why the year that I was 44, I've been saying 42 to you, Kyle. I looked it up. It was actually the year that I turned 44. I did a 44-day fast because I was like, stuff this, man. I was in an unhappy marriage. I was all sorts of things that happened. And I just went, I got to clear all of this stuff. Once I learned that, I was like, right, I'm fasting for 44 days. Unless you did that with me, I think, or you did some of that. That was the massive big fast that we did together. Yeah. So that's the longest I've done. 44 days. That was a juice fast. The longest I've done on water is 21 days. But plenty of people have done 40 days on water. Look at history. This goes back. This is not new. This is really not new. This goes back to ancient times, to all of the ancient greats, Paracelsus, there's a whole list of them. Check the Bible as well, 40 days, 40 nights. And, Hippocrates is the original. If you look back in history, and he was the original, and he says to eat when you're sick is like feeding the sickness. And his saying is, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And he was the grandfather of medicine. There's some wisdom there back in there. And that's what I've looked into, ancient Egyptian studies, and it goes a long way back. But fortunately, which is really, really cool, science is catching up. There's so much science there to just prove and show us what's actually happening in the body. And yeah, water fast is just the fastest way. I saw a question before preparing. I think Tracy asked a question. We're talking so much, I can't read all the questions yet, but
I'll come back through the questions at the end if you like. That's fine. But what I was going to do is ask you to go into next, because you can't just suddenly do a 10-day water fast. I had, I don't know, I had a lovely lady reach out to me, and she's like, I'm going away on holidays. I'm going away in like 12 days. I just want to do this 10-day fast. Like, give me all the info. And I went, no, stop. You can't do that, because it's really important that the preparation of what you have to do physically and mentally before you go into the fast. And it's also, you can't just break it and just start eating normally again, because you've actually shut everything down for that time frame. So it's important of how you come into it and how you go out of it. So Coz, do you want to just unpack that a little bit of why that's so important?
Yep, I think you read my mind, because I think that was Tracy's question, was it, hun? I just preparing. I think you wrote something like that. And we have, and this is what part of the program that we've put together. I'm highly recommending a 4-day preparation. We've actually got 8 days preparation and then a 4-day intense preparation before the water fast. And the 4 days, colon cleanse, where we need to clear the body, we need to clear the digestive system, and there's a whole bunch of protocols that we can do in there as well, just to, we're not just gonna, all right, stop eating and just sit there and stop eating. We need to support the body and get in the right, it's full, the full, mind, body, soul, to integrate everything. But a 4-day colon cleanse is going to give the move everything through, and so that you can't just have chocolate one night, alcohol one night, and then just go on a water fast. You're gonna really struggle. You're gonna feel like crap. In fact, even if you prepare really well, if you haven't water fasted ever before, a lot of people feel crap the first time because they're so full of toxins. They haven't done any of this cleaning. And this is what the program that we've put together. We've got 8 days of of um of really moving the body through slowly, introducing protocols, daily protocols, and increasing them each day, so that then you're ready at the end of that 8 days, you're ready for the 4-day colon cleanse. And that's a little bit more intense, but we've got to prepare for 8 days. And then we're going to clean the body out intensively for 4 days. And then we're going to water fast. But if you do it before then, you're going to run into all sorts of trouble. You're not going to get the same benefits, and you're not going to get the same cleaning. There's going to be all sorts of issues and trapped toxins. You need everything moving through. Yeah. Did I answer that, Tom?
Yeah, perfect. And also coming out of the fast is so important. And Kylie, I know one of the things that you shared with me is that a lot of people do put weight back on after the fast. That is a normal thing. And for me, I think in total, I ended up losing about 11.3 kilos. And I think I put about 900 grams back on. So it's still more than 10 kilos that I actually have released. But in saying that, and, this is the thing, us ladies, really, the scales just fuck with our heads, right? It's just a number. They're just, yes, it's like driving a car. You've got all these things on your dash. Well, the scales is just one of the things. There's all these other things we need to look at. Like, I've got people like coming up to me at the gym, or when I walk my dogs in the morning, friends that I'm hanging out with here, or people on social media just going, oh my gosh, like we can see it in your face. Like my stomach's flat. I've gone down nearly 2 dress sizes. I had all these clothes that I bought before the fast, and half of them I couldn't even get into. And, now like some of them are already loose. I put on a pair of gym pants today. I was like, shit, I won't be able to wear these in another couple of weeks. It was just so amazing. So it's, I love that. That's awesome. The scales are yuck berries. That's super cool. I really like that. And that's why I also I went to the gym and I did a full body metric scan, so that I actually had my full body composition before and after. And I actually released 2.2% of my entire body fat in 10 days. 2.2%. And they're all just like, what the fuck did you do? Like they just could not even believe it. But here's the other thing that's really important is when and Donna, I'm actually going to touch on this right now, is that the research that I did through the documentary that Kylie sent through, you are going to lose some muscle or body mass or whatever you want to call it. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter what weight loss program you do, you are going to lose some muscle. But the research shows that I lost 0.8 of a kilo of muscle. But the research shows that 6 weeks from completing my fast, I will have actually generated a lot more muscle than what I had before I started. And that's really important. So, Kylie, I don't know if you actually wanted to share a little bit more on that. But for me, I actually released nearly 6 kilos of body fat, which was amazing.
You definitely lost fat, and that's what it was really good to go and get those scans. And I know it's a common, people say, oh yeah, you just lost water and you lost, that's actually crap. Sorry, but you did lose body fat. You lost fat, and the measurement told that, and the whole losing muscle as well. Sorry, Coles, that's just an opinion as well, and I know he said that, but the science actually says because. I don't know. I've done a lot of work to understand these science things, and I've gone dug down and kept moving through them. And the science actually says the body's it's built for survival. So when you don't give it food, it gets really efficient at burning fat. And that's that whole subject that we're talking about before, part of autophagy and everything. But the body actually it burns fat first, and then it actually boosts growth hormone to protect muscle during fasting. So that whole myth of, oh, you just lost water and you're putting the weight back on. Nah, sorry, I call crap on that one. Sorry to be, but what happens is if we don't do the right emotional clearing while we're fasting and we don't address the things in our life that we need to address, because we all eat emotionally. Why does someone cry and go, how am I going to do a fast? How am I going to not eat today? That's not your body needing it. That's your body. That's emotions. And what I've seen time and time and time again is we finish the fast and then we overeat, and then we you know go, sorry, I'm trying to read all your messages here. Then that's why people put weight back on, is because they haven't dealt with what they needed to deal with. And Kyle's, you that first day that you went into a ceremony and I guided you through how to connect with your food again and change that thinking. And you ate, you tasted, you ate, you broke your fast with watermelon, and you were like, oh, I'm full. Oh, I don't want any more. And then you started integrating all of these beautiful, living, colorful foods, and we really scheduled it perfectly. You didn't put the weight back on. Most people that do a water fast, they're putting the weight back on just as fast as they lost it, 1 kilo a day. I broke my fast. Oh, check the scales and you put back on 1 kilo. Day 2, breaking the fast, there's 2 kilos back on. Oh man, I think it's going to balance out somewhere. Meanwhile, I've been depriving myself because I wasn't coached through properly and didn't understand exactly what was happening in the body. And now I've just eaten and I've been missing that food. And that person ate that pizza in front of me a week ago and I was really good and I didn't have it, but I've waited all this. Now I want to eat it, right? So all of this emotion, all of that, that's what we need to address. And that's what's really important. And that's what we figured out together, because you listened to every word I said, and because you listened, because you took it all on board, and you had a great mindset from the start as well. So it's really, cause that's different to what I've ever seen. And I think we've really cracked the code. I've been in this industry, I've coached, I've learnt this stuff, and I've fasted myself a bunch of times, and I've had emotional crap as well, and I've done it myself. Lissy knows I've gone off track myself. Right, got to do another fast, get myself on track. This is the time I'm going to get myself on track. But that emotional, all of that, and the fact that we put in the rainbow bridge, you broke your fast and we traveled the rainbow bridge, then we worked on all the chakras. We completely reset your nervous system. We worked through one day on each chakra. That's a massive difference to what I've ever seen people breaking a fast before, and just trying to figure out and listening to your body. You worked out, and we figured out how to listen to your body. You did, and really tune in as to what you actually needed. You're a completely different person. You look different, you sound different, you're eating different, you think different, everything. You completely cleaned out your kitchen. You're a completely new person.
Yeah, I am. And it's all thanks to you, Kylie. I'm just so, so grateful. And I think for all of you ladies, and we'll go into the questions next. So I'll scroll back up in a second and we'll start working through them. You know, Kylie talked a lot about my mindset. And as you all know, I've been a coach since I was 13 years of age. I've coached sports, I've coached, through the health, through, personal training. I've been a business coach, a mindset coach, a weight loss coach. I've done all of those things. And, the number one thing is whether you believe you can or you can't, either way, you're right. And I can see that there's a few of you in the comments just saying, I'm so keen and scared as fuck. And I just want to just stop you for a moment and just say, firstly, congratulations for being here and sharing that you're scared. But most of what scares us, it's just conditioning. It's actually not even real. There's so many people reached out to me freaking out like, oh my God, are you telling me that you've eaten no food in 10 days and you've just drank water? Like, oh my God, you're gonna die. Like, it's crazy. It's like, actually, no, I feel really fucking awesome. This is the most alive I've ever felt in my entire life. And if I didn't do this, I was probably going to die. So, it's a lot of us, we have this stuff in our head. And, for me, I help business owners 10x, right? And the number one thing that I have to do is I have to ditch the BS. And this is the case no matter what we do. And that is our beliefs and our stories. So when it comes to your health, and I'm guilty too, like Kylie said, we're both real. We're 50, we're mums, we've been on the journey too. And, for years, I used to say, I have tried everything to lose weight, nothing works. And that was my story. I was fucking proud of it. Doesn't matter, tried it all, nothing works on me. And so, whilst ever I held on to that story, I was right. Whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. Well, I was like, I'm not losing weight. I can't. I've tried it all. Nothing will work for me. Well, no, I just hadn't found the right thing that would work for me. And that wasn't pills, potions, shakes, and all the things. It was actually just to put myself in the right state and to get the right support and guidance to be able to do that actually so effortlessly. So, that's the first thing that I would say, and we do this in the 30-day program, is to just really look at what are your disempowering stories that are holding you back and keeping you stuck. And also, what are the beliefs? And these beliefs are typical things that we've actually been programmed by our environment, programmed by doctors. Doctors don't study a lot of nutrition when they become a doctor. They don't have the depth of understanding because they're GPs, they're general practitioners. So it's so important that we have to actually go on this journey to actually listen to our bodies and to relearn and to let go of all of those old beliefs and stories and those old habits. I was talking to Kylie today and I sent a photo of something that I cooked for lunch. Now, one, I cooked tofu. Now, a month ago, my story was I fucking hate tofu. I'm not going to eat tofu. Like, it's just no, it's not going to happen. And I'm sending Kylie this picture of this dish that I cooked going, I just cooked tofu. It was really fucking awesome. And all these other ingredients that I just didn't normally use because we did that rainbow chakra. It's like it got to activate my creative mind, and I actually fell in love with preparing beautiful food again because, like most of us, you get stuck in mum mode, in survival cooking for what the kids are going to eat, which is not good for us. Spaghetti bolognese, typical staple because, you pack as many veggies in for the kids. But for me, I would put on a kilo because, I would just feel really bleh and bloated after that. So for me, this was really the first time in my entire life that I can remember of actually cooking for me and preparing foods. And when I broke that fast, I broke my fast at 1:11. It was very conscious. It was this little ceremony. I went into the garden and I picked beautiful red hibiscus flowers. I was wearing red. I had my red lippy on. I felt so beautiful. And I bought this beautiful new dinner set, this special plate, and made it a real ceremony. And I've got to tell you, when I put the raspberries in my mouth, I swear my mouth had an orgasm. It was amazing. And it was just like I was tasting food for the first time in my life. And I want every one of you to experience that because it was so amazing. And the structure and everything was just awesome. So, Kylie, what we'll do is I know that it's nearly 8 o'clock, and I'm sorry, time has just flown. Um, so let's go through the questions and get questions answered. But before we do, I know that some of you need to jump off. So if you would like to do a 30-day fast, sorry, not a 30-day fast, a 30-day reset with us, we have put together a program. So I will drop the link in here. And you'll basically have Kylie and I as your guides, and it's unlimited support. You'll have a Facebook group, we'll have a weekly call like this, and this is the only program you'll ever need for the rest of your life. You could literally redo this 4 times a year. And for us, it's about bringing beautiful women together so that we can support each other in a beautiful, loving, and uplifting way. And yeah, we're just really, really wrapped. And I'm excited to do this again, to peel back more layers, which is super cool as well. So I just popped the link in there. We will email the information, but if you do have any questions, please just feel free to reach out to us. Donna, you've just asked a question about the investment, I like to say. So it's $997 if you do it in one payment. And we are starting next Monday, the 5th. So it's literally a week. And we've got a whole preparation to get you ready. As Kylie said, there's an 8-day preparation. Then you've got your water fast, then the rainbow chakra bridge, which is 7 days, and then there's a sacred integration on the other side as well. So there'll be loads and loads of support. And because this is the first time that we're running this together, we're actually also doing 2 special one-on-one sessions with every single one of you. So you'll actually get a mindset, clarity, and goal setting session with me. And that can be on anything. So if you want to talk business, if you want to talk personal goals, whatever it is, I can help you with that. And yay, I've got Kerry's in, Jen's in, whoop, whoop. That's so cool, ladies. I'm so excited. And Kylie, which something that we haven't shared is Kylie is also an iridologist. And so Kylie is actually also going to do a one-on-one health session with you ladies. And, the eyes are the gateway to the soul. So Kylie will coach you through how to get her the right photos. And just by looking into your eyes, she can tell you what's going on the inside, which is super cool. Like there are just so many layers to this. And yes, there is a payment plan as well. So if you do need to break it down, if you just go to that page, I think it's 4 payments of $297. So if you do need to break it down, if neither of those options work and you want to do it, just get in contact with us and we'll figure something out. Because for us, yes, we obviously have to make money because, we have to pay our home loans because we're both single mums. But on the flip side, we don't want money to get in the way. So if, you want to do it and, you need some help or we need to figure something out, then, hey, just jump into a message with either of us on Messenger and we'll figure it out for you ladies. And yeah, we're just really excited. Alrighty, so let's go through the questions, Kyle. So I'm just going to scroll back to the top, but was there a question that you saw that you specifically wanted to jump in with first?
Well, does anyone want to know, especially to reduce the fear? Because I know Kyle's did a 10-day water fast. Is anyone thinking, is this a 10-day water fast? Like, how long is the actual water fast? Because is that a question? Do you want to know? Because a lot of the people, if you've never water fasted before, we're going to do a lot of prep and a lot of integration afterwards. But the actual water fasting days for this particular program, we're planning on 3. Okay, so just if you're thinking 10 days on water and you're just beginning this journey and you're just learning all of these health protocols and learning how to, start it and finish it, I just want to set your mind at ease there. I thought that might be helpful to let you know it's just 3 on water. so you can learn everything and integrate. I know Liz has got to go. Love you lots, hun. Speak to you soon. Can't wait to see you in the. So Liz is in
Woo!
joining.
Love it.
Cool. And so it's different to what Kylie just. Yeah. So Kylie just finished. She did a 10-day water fast and then 7-day rainbow bridge. So you're still doing the rainbow bridge, but we're not. If that's a one-on-one guidance if you want to push it further, but that wasn't her first water fast. Generally, if it's your first water fast, then most people 3 is a good number to get through that first. And if you want to, in a couple of months, if you want to then learn, it's peeling back layers. It's moving through the layers. So 3 is a really good number to start with to go into a water fast. But you're doing a 4-day cleanse leading into that 3 days. So it's kind of a 7-day cleanse with integration at the beginning and the end, or preparation and then integration.
And even just that 7-day rainbow bridge, like that is incredible for your body as well. So really that's like another 7 days on the other side. But in saying that, Kylie, if somebody did want to go deeper, the biggest thing that Kylie said to me, she just was quite concerned of me doing a 10-day one on my own. So that's why I had that guidance and support from her on a daily basis. There's a lot of check-ins that need to happen as well. So that's why I had Kylie, I don't even know how many times a day we were like connected. It was so awesome. So if you are wanting to go deeper and longer, you can do that, but that's where you just need to do some extra one-on-one stuff with Kylie. So if that's something you would really like to do, then let us know. And, I would suggest do this 30-day as like your prep and then do the one-on-one stuff to do a longer one if you want to do that with Kylie as well.
Normally for a 10-day, I will say, normally for 10 days, you would normally, you really should get a few things checked. It's blood, there's some blood tests that I normally get people to look at, go and check so that we can check some of those levels. There's certain levels, certain indicators that we want to double check first. And even your blood pressure, there's a few, and blood sugar levels and things like that. So, but 3 days is really safe to be guiding online when we're not side by side checking blood pressures and checking those things. Normally 10 days or longer, you would be, that's kind of clinical. That's kind of, we need to check a few more things. So but 3 is a great number to layer through for your body, and then moving to longer, the next as a second fast is what I would recommend. Can you let me know how?
So Tracy has just asked a really important question. And Tracy, that is about the quality of water. So thank you for asking that. And we do actually go into this inside of the program because water is not water. Tap water is filled with so much crap and chlorine. And even just having a shower, having a shower is equivalent to drinking 8 glasses of pool water. It's just ridiculous. So yes, we do. Kylie, do you want to answer that? Like I've actually got a Kangen water machine. So, I have the most incredible water on the planet and I feel so truly blessed. I know that some of you live on properties and, you have, your own beautiful water as well. So, Coz, do you want to just kind of answer that for anyone who doesn't have access? What would you recommend?
If they don't have access to your Kangen and your alkaline, pristine water, well, I have a reverse osmosis and another filter, and I have the filter on the outside of my house, and I have a distiller as well, and I drink rainwater, and then I have another machine where it moves through and remineralizes my water, and I put my water out in the sun, and I put good intention and love into my water for good vibes and vibration. So there's so much that you can do, and I try and do all of it. I don't have a Kangen. But the other thing is the amount, I think. Did you?
Yeah. Yes.
So I recommend one liter of water per 22 kilos of body weight. So if you're 66 kilos, then you're going to be drinking 3 liters of water. That's on a normal day. And then if you're fasting, then you want to add 1 liter of water per meal that you're skipping.
And ladies, that's a lot of water, right? And so that's someone else asked an exercise question. Well, you're going to be doing lots of trips to the loo. I'm just going to tell you right now. So you're going to save all this time because you don't have to be in the kitchen cooking, and you're going to save all this money because you don't have to go buy food for while you're doing that, but you are going to get extra steps in because you're going to be going to the loo. Which is hilarious. Now, I just want to touch back on that. If anyone would like to have access to Kangen water, Jen, I know that you're here in the Whitsundays, so you can just come and fill up with my filter, which is fine. But also, we have an incredible, and look, this isn't about selling a Kangen machine, guys. I just want to say that straight up. If you do want information, I'm happy to put you in contact with the beautiful people where I got my machine from. I do highly recommend them. They're amazing, but not everybody is, in a position that they can afford one of those machines either. But you can access Kangen water all over. Basically, we'll just find you someone who has a machine and you can get that. There's no charge for it. It's just what we do. But there's plenty of options to find you great water for this fast. That's like it's just a logistics thing. So we'll help you with that for sure.
Can I address Andrea's question there? It says how much is that the kilos you're talking about there, I think. So how much would you lose in 3 days then if you did? So that's what we've been talking about. Kylie released 10 kilos in 10 days. So for a 3-day water fast, for a water fast, it's generally a kilo a day. Is pretty average for most people. It's keeping it off is the trick and integrating better at the end. However, you're going to also do this colon cleanse. I've seen this 4-day cleanse leading up to prepare your body leading up to the 3-day water fast. I've seen people lose 1 kilo. I've seen people lose 10 kilos. Is she waving or saying 5 kilos? Are you waving?
Oh, she's waving goodbye. So nice to meet you, beautiful. See you on the inside.
So it depends on the person, depends on your body and how much releases. We've just got, if we've got crap inside us, I'm going to say as soon as you start cleansing, as soon as you start, excuse me, no, the other way. I'll just get rid of this cat trying to knock over my plant.
I was wondering what that was.
As soon as you start cleansing, it really does depend on your body, and it depends how committed you go with that as well. But this colon, it's a really beautiful, gentle colon cleanse that I provide the recipe for you. There's nothing else to spend here. There's so many programs out there, and then you've got to buy this product and that product and all these things. There's a couple of options within the program, but you can totally do everything at home. There is so many fiber colon cleansers, so many products on the market out there, and I've checked and tested them all, and most of them taste like crap. Most of them you're leaning over the kitchen sink just trying to get it down, and I've got the most beautiful, easy to digest, easy, gentle colon cleanse recipe that I got from one of the absolute leaders in this industry from over 20 years ago, where he used to just hand out the recipe, and I kept that recipe. And now it's all produced, manufactured, and you can't get that recipe anymore. But I held on to it, and I've adjusted it over the years, and I've tested and looked at all of these different colon cleansers and fibers and ultimate fibers and all these products on the market. And I've come up with the most beautiful recipe, and I've tested it on so many people. So many people have used it with great results. Parasites come out, worms come out, all sorts of stuff that should not be in our bodies. They all come out down the toilet. You want them down the toilet. You don't want them out of your skin, right? If you've got anything going on with your skin, that's a gut problem. We've got to get it out of your gut. And down the toilet is the easiest way. So, nicest way, kind of.
Amazing. And hey, in this little program, we're going to talk about all sorts of things like poo. Kylie and I had lots of wonderful conversations. So it's okay, ladies, we've got you.
Used to talking about it. My phone's full of poo photos, actually. Like, people are like, what?
I did not send photos, just saying.
But seriously, when people are seriously cleansing to get rid of serious disease, there's stuff that comes out, okay? There's yeah, and it's that was causing the disease. Most of us have got parasites that need to get out of our body because they're causing trouble. If you've got a little bit of pain, if you've got a little bit of inflammation, if you've got even just a little bit of something going on, there's a high chance you've got a parasite. If you've got a little bit of brain fog, if you've got a little bit of that apparently menopausal, oh, I forgot a word, that supposedly menopause, well, no, there's something more going on. So anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Now, ladies, there's been a lot of questions, and I'm also mindful of time. And since you ladies are still here,
Yeah.
just love to actually invite you to unmute yourself if you have a question that you would love to ask. And what we'll do is we'll actually take note of all of these questions, and Kylie and I will actually answer them and send it out as an email tomorrow, so that way everyone can kind of skim through, and we won't be here till midnight. But is there anyone who'd love to unmute, share, ask a question? This is your time. And Jen, thank you for jumping on, beautiful. So excited to have you on this journey, babe.
I've unmuted.
Hello, lovely. How are you?
I'm pretty good, love. How are you?
Good. It's so great to have you on, darling.
Thanks. It's happy to be here. I'm supposed to be on 3 other Zooms, but
Well, I'm glad you
priority,
chose to be here.
priority myself today.
You
I've
chose
got
you. I love it.
I've got a condition called IIH. It's idiopathic intracranial hypertension, which means my body produces too much fluid. And I've got to be really careful when I do anything like this. Would that be something I could do?
Yes.
So that's a Kylie question, beautiful. So what we'll do, and we've actually got this on the registration page, with anyone who has any health conditions, diseases, all the things, we will just get you to do a little quick one-on-one with Kylie just to make sure that you are supported and have everything you need through this. Kylie and I had a big chat about this a few days ago, and really the only thing that we're saying is completely not safe is breastfeeding and pregnant mums for the water fasting side of it. So yeah, what we can do is just get you to have a one-on-one with Kylie just to make sure that you have exactly what you need.
Because I've got a few things, not just that. I'm 51. I'm older than you.
So definitely we can have a chat. We can double check on some things, and if you've got any testing, if you've got any doctor's reports or anything like that, we can just double check that. But seriously, yeah, I've seen all sorts of things, and even they used to say diabetes type 2 and hypoglycemic, and there's a few other things that people used to say no to fasting. But once you get into the fasting and your body's producing new stem cells and all of the things start to happen, it's probably the best thing that you can do. But definitely let's have a conversation, and we'll just double check all of those things to make sure it's safe. But yeah, we can take that. I'll take that one, Carls. We'll connect one-on-one, Andrea.
Yeah, there's quite a few. It's a bit of a list. So
okay. We'll check.
I'll pop you in a chat with Kylie, beautiful, so that you can get those questions answered. So just send me a quick message so that I'm prompted to do that.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
You're most welcome, lovely. All right. So anyone else want to unmute, ask any questions? Kerry!
Just quickly, lovely ladies, you're freaking amazing. I am loving this. Coming from a background of not wanting to have chemicals and looking after myself previously, I'm so happy to be back in here in this group. So thank you both so much. I'm really conscious of being a role model for my son. He's nearly 21. Since my wedding, he's put on 16 kilos. He's also working full time. So are we able to invite other people into this group? And I'm guessing other people might say, is there an age difference? Doesn't matter, but he's 21. But I'd really like him to join me and see if I can encourage him to do this with me.
Oh, Kerry, that is so awesome. And yes, absolutely. So we actually have a partner price. So once you actually go through and register and you sign up yourself, you'll land on a congratulations page. And there is actually an offer that you can bring your partner, friend, bestie, we're calling it your reset bestie, to actually do it half price. So yes, so Benji
Thank
can
you, ladies. That's
absolutely
amazing.
do it. Yeah, it's half price. And Jen had also asked, I know Jen's jumped off, but how long do you have access to this? You have lifetime access. You'll have this program forever. So you can redo it as often as you like. And whilst this is the first time Kylie and I have joined forces doing it together, we're pretty confident that it's going to be a great success. And this is something that we, would love to be able to roll out, whether it's once a quarter or every, couple of months or however that looks, we're not sure yet. But yeah, we would love to be able to continue that as well.
Which means you can come back and do it again as well with the next group, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can repeat it yourselves.
Awesome.
Any questions then?
So once you've done
yes, sorry, Andrea, go Dylan.
So once you've done the cleanse and the rainbow chakra, what happens after that?
Then we've got 8 days on the other side to integrate all of these different new health protocols that you can, little daily habits and some new recipes for you to try and integrating it into a new lifestyle. So you don't normally want to, you want to hold on to the results like Kylie has. She's fasted and she's held on to those results. So that's what we want to do. So new recipes and just starting to integrate it into your life and different and new habits.
Yeah. And it's beautiful on the other side. One of the things, like Kylie has introduced me to so many new things over this. And so where you're not in the kitchen preparing food and cooking, you actually have all this extra time on your hands. It's amazing. It's so cool. And so, I was listening to healing frequencies on Spotify every day. Kylie was, she sent me through some of the most beautiful meditations. And what it did for me is it started me on this journey. So I'd, get up and I'd go for my walk in the morning, and then I'd come home and I'd actually listen to this beautiful meditation that Kylie had put together, but for that specific day. So like you'll have a day 1 water fast meditation, a day 2 water fast meditation. You'll have your red root chakra rainbow meditation for that day. So every day, Kylie has put together these specific resources to be able to just, have this flow so effortlessly. And that's, journaling prompts. And it was just the most, oops, my son's just come home. So the dog's going to go Burko for a second. So many different resources, and you don't have to do them all. There are a couple that I'm actually really excited to do this time that I actually didn't do. So again, it's just really important to know that this is your journey, it's your life, and you get to choose. So, everyone starts this at a different place. And Kerry and I were even talking this morning, I thought that I actually ate healthy before I started this. And now I'm looking at the shit that I used to eat and go, oh my God, I don't even want to put that in my body anymore. And Kyla didn't say, don't eat that. Not once did she tell me what to do. She just started me on this journey and supported me so beautifully. And then I've just made those choices for myself. So yeah, it's a really beautiful, nurturing, loving journey.
It's so beautiful. I love what you can bring into this program as well, Kyles, with your mindset and your attitude. That it really did make a difference. So together, I feel confident that we've covered everything. So.
It's funny. Kylie and I said this word before. So I said, I don't really like that word, but I'm going to say it now. I feel like it's a holistic approach. We're actually coming at this from every single way that we can, but in that really beautiful, loving, nurturing way. And the biggest thing is the dog's just getting excited.
Right.
Okay, cool. This is a gift that you get to give yourself. And this 30 days, this is all about you. And, we put everybody else first all the time. And so this 30 days is such a beautiful reset for our minds, our bodies, and our souls, but so that we can be the best version of ourselves, that we can be the best mum, the best partner, the best businesswoman, the best whatever it is that you're doing. You know, this impacts every single area of your life. And I can't believe the difference that it's made for me as a mum, as a person, you know, as someone at the gym, as a leader in my business. Like it's just this ripple effect is incredible. And it's why I just felt so called that I wanted everybody to be able to work with Kylie and to be able to, you know, experience this the way that I have. So thank you, Kylie. I just really just want to say thank you and appreciate you. And just I'm forever grateful. And for all of you beautiful ladies who've jumped on tonight, and for those of you watching the replay, I just can't recommend Kylie highly enough. Just absolutely love you, beautiful. And I just feel so connected and so grateful, and just excited to be able to share this journey with lots of other beautiful souls as we move forward.
That's so beautiful, Kylie. I can really feel your heart. I see your heart, and you've just brought so much light into this. I've watched you through this process as well. You're just a whole new person. You've done incredible. So I can't wait to share this with everybody.
Yeah.
Like you said, everyone deserves to feel this good as you feel now.
Absolutely. All right, beautifuls. Well, did anyone have any final comments or questions? If not, we will wrap it up and we will send through an email. We'll do our best to answer all the questions that were in the chat. But if there is anyone that wants to unmute, or if there's just any final words, you can either pop in the chat or just let us know how you're feeling after the call. Awesome.
Thanks,
Karen's excited.
Thanks to the two Kylies.
Oh, you're welcome, Dolan. Thank you for being on.
No worries. Chat soon.
Oh, and thanks, Tracy. Tracy says, love you, Kylie, and KickAss Kylie. You're full of life and inspiration. Well, thank you for being here, beautiful.
Thanks, Tracy.
All right, lovely ladies. Well, thank you so much for being on the call. And we will obviously dive back into messages. If you do have any questions about the 30-day reset, don't hesitate to reach out to Kylie or myself. And if you're connected with one of us on Facebook, it's pretty easy to find the other because I think we've tagged each other in every post this week. So yeah, feel free to connect with us both. And we're just really excited. And thank you for being part of this journey with us. So from our heart to yours, good night. And we love you. We appreciate you. And just do something for yourself to live your best, healthiest life. See you, ladies.
Thank you, Miss Wendy, for sticking in right to the end. I see you and we feel your heart.